I don't really know how I want to go about this video. I'm the Shadow Lord for those of you that are new. This is usually not the type of content I do. I do gaming content. I also do airsoft content. I do film content. But I usually don't talk about behind the scenes, but I think it needs to be said and it needs to be done because a lot of people these days have had pretty rough year and nobody, I feel like, really talks about it, and my audience in majority is men. And we're not supposed to talk about it. We're supposed to just shut up, right? So I kind of want to talk about things, especially with how things gone for me. Because this past year has been the hardest for me in a long time. So on my airsoft channel, I had a crew that I would make videos with. That were like, you know, my boys, right? You have your boys, you had your crew in high school that you'd hang out with. But, we don't talk anymore. We just stopped talking, and, because things fell apart and life got hard and a lot of things in life changed. And for a lot of you, you probably know, there's probably friends you had. Things changed and they moved on, something happened. But for me in particular, it was not no normal change. This was very abnormal. Yeah, there's a lot going on, and yeah, I'm gonna talk about everything that happened here in a minute, and I'll dive more into the side of it that happened on the airsoft channel, because that's where my main crew was hanging out with. It's mostly just me on the gaming channel because they all moved on. And yeah, Wildcat is the one I started the airsoft channel with. He got a new life, got married, moved on, stopped talking to us. I don't know. This new life, I guess. And then Savage was another one that I built that channel with. Savage had a lot of alcohol issues before, but he got cleaned up. You know, airsoft was a good fix for him. But he's the main reason why I'm not okay anymore. He messed me up because he made a life-changing decision. And he is no longer here anymore. That is why I'm so screwed up. That is why I'm not okay. Because my friend decided he didn't want to be in this world anymore. That's probably the best way I can put it for YouTube to not get mad at me. And the whole crew just kind of dispersed after that. And I'll dive into more what happened and what caused it and why he went down that road on the airsoft channel. But for this channel, I just want to talk more about what I'm going through a little bit, because I feel like for a lot of us guys don't talk about it. Because no one cares, right? Like, really, the world doesn't care about us anymore. And for me, I'm this, oh, I'm masculine, I have body armor, I have bulletproof armor, I have my guns. I wear shotgun shells on my side, you know? That's who I am on the internet. And that is who I am. That's who I really am. Like, this me on YouTube, you see. This is me. This is really me. Outside of this, I have a job on the side, right? So obviously I don't make enough on YouTube. My channel is small. I don't make anything. I'm not monetized. I go to work and I do YouTube, and YouTube is my escape. It's how I can be myself. Because society does not like guys like us. It doesn't. They don't want you to be masculine anymore. I don't want you to be a man anymore, frankly. And I know this might be a little controversial to some degree, but this is the truth. And us guys can feel it. Really. The truth is, they want us to shut up and just take it. No one cares anymore, right? But the reality is, a lot of us guys know that this is how it is. And I don't really have anyone left because the two main guys I had, they're gone. One abandoned me. At least that's how it feels like. The other one took his life. Awesome. You know? And, this footage you watched right now, this Halo footage, I'm with Shogun. Shogun is about one of the few that's left. He met me through my Airsoft channel. And he's had my back. When there's been really almost no one left. And I gotta give him credit. Because he doesn't say, oh, you won't make it. He doesn't say, oh man, you just dreaming. You never make it on YouTube. He doesn't say those things. Sometimes I almost feel that way. Because I make these videos every day. You know what you see on YouTube, right? It seems awesome to be a content creator. Because they seem like they have such a grand time. We show you what we want you to see. We don't show you the other side of it, which is what I'm showing you right now today. We show you what you want, we want you to see. We want you to feel like we have amazing lives. And so a lot of creators do, granted. But for someone like me that's a small creator, I go to work, I get home, I rest, I work out, I edit. My entire day is edit, work out, work. That's what I do. I sleep, edit, I work out, and I go to work. On the days off, I film. Days off is when I play video games. I film every game I play. If I'm playing a game, I'm filming. And then I edit it. That is what I do. And then sometimes I play things based on how it does view-wise. Like, for instance, Bloodstrike. I'm not a big fan of Bloodstrike, but it gets views, so I play it. That's just the way it is. But, anyway, so Shogun, he tells me, you will make it. I believe in you, bro. You'll make it. Even when I second guess myself sometimes. He says, keep doing it. You'll make it. So I gotta give him credit for that, because I really do appreciate that. He's had my back. He's met me through the Airsoft channel. I was doing, you know, I just hold basically Airsoft games, and whoever showed up. That's how he met me. And he's the only one that's left. A lot of the group, some of the guys I played with, they just disappeared. Never heard from them again. And at this point in my life, I don't know if I really trust people. Because it's like, no one really sticks around. You know what I mean? Like, if you're in high school, your boys, they're probably not actually in reality going to stick around. Unless you basically won the lottery if they did. If your high school friends stick around your life, you are lucky. Because for most of us, they don't. For me, they didn't. It's just me. And Shogun here now. But that's it. Bros, he needs to message me. I haven't heard from him in a while. I'm hoping he's doing okay, because I haven't heard from him in a minute. I messaged him, so hopefully. But yeah, I don't know. And Froze is actually my friend from high school. So, and high school friends don't really stick around. So I mean, that's kind of to be expected, I guess. But yeah. So Sav took his life on April 4th, 2024. So now it's been basically a year, and let me tell you, it screws you up. If you're even considering doing something like that, don't. It has messed me up. The problem is that what it does to the people around you is they question, what could have they done to help you? What could have they done differently? What did they do wrong? And sometimes, for instance, for me, I said some things I regret. I regret a lot of the things that I did near the end that maybe I could have done differently and it would have been easier. But he made a lot of decisions in life near the end that I couldn't go along with. He made choices that I didn't agree with. And I think some of his decisions were too quick. He made quick life decisions too fast and wasn't thinking. And inevitably, what he thought would help him didn't help him. He drank too much. He overdosed on alcohol. It didn't take, that's not what it took his life. It's definitely what contributed to it, though. I don't think I can say exactly how he took his life because I have to be careful what I say on YouTube. Me even talking about this. YouTube doesn't want me talking about this. YouTube will be mad just the fact that I'm talking about this. But this needs to be said because people need to consider what it does to those around them and needs to get help. Because I am broken inside and empty. I don't have a brother. I always wanted a brother. I tried to have that with Rose, but we split apart over time. Life changed. I tried to have that with Savage. He's not here anymore. And to be honest, I tried so hard to not see him as a brother. But it doesn't make sense, right? It's like, why would you not want to see someone like that? Why would you not want to have someone be like basically a brother, right? It's because I felt I should probably be talking more about this on the Airsoft channel. But basically, I felt like if I saw him more like a brother than a friend, that's when I would lose him. Because that's my experience in life. Once I feel like somebody's really there, that they'll stay there forever, they don't. That's when I feel like I get abandoned, or in Savage's case, yeah. So, I don't really make friendships too much anymore, if I'm gonna be honest. Because I don't really trust that anyone's gonna stick around. And I don't really know if I trust people in general anymore, because too many people just up and abandoned me. And I don't feel like it was anything I really actually did. It just kind of happened. So, yeah, it's really, I don't know. They don't want us guys to like talk about this stuff. They want us just shut up. Yo, man, we don't care. You know? They don't like people like me. Yeah, they don't like masculine guys. Society doesn't. That might be controversial. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. A lot of people abandoned me in life. And it's hard for me to make friends because what am I going to talk about? If someone asks me, what do you do outside of work? Because I walk and I do YouTube, right? I can't say I do YouTube because I'm a faceless content creator, so I have to make something up. Oh, I just game all day. Okay, cool. And then sometimes co-vocals, for instance, is like, oh man, can we play games together? And then it's like, well, then I have to let them in, you know? Then I have to trust them. I have to trust they won't say anything to my job that I do this. Because guess what, my job? You think my job's gonna like that I wear body armor, that I have guns on all over the place, that I do this? No. Let's be honest, no. Society doesn't like guys like me. They don't. But I want people to wake up. I want people to realize that at some point, enough is enough, and men gotta be men again. Seriously. Because this is enough. Like, I'm making this video postally to talk about what I'm going through because I need to talk about it. Because who the heck do I have to talk about it to? Yeah. Because no one cares, right? Nobody cares. Well, I care. I do. I care. And I want us to maybe talk about it. Comment down below. Maybe you're going through something. You don't want to just publicly say stuff like I'm doing? Because, let me tell you, I don't make these videos. I don't. I need people to understand that making a life decision, like Savage did, like my friend did, it messes up people like me. That's their friend. It messes us up. I'm broken inside. I am broken. But maybe me becoming broken, maybe in a way I had to, so I can help some of you out. Maybe I have to. Because I have a voice, right? I actually have, to a degree, a platform. I'm not monetized, but to a degree, somebody's gonna watch this, and hopefully somebody gets help with this. Because I always wanted to make content. Because I'd come home from a long, stressful day of school, and I'd watch videos. I'd watch YouTubers, and they would make everything better. So I am trying to make things better. Yeah, some of the things I do and say is for content. I'll admit, I make jokes. I try to keep it entertaining. You know, I cut to my webcam or whatever, here and there, so that way you can kind of see who I am. I try to make things entertaining, because at the end of the day, I'm an entertainer. And YouTubers don't like you to see the reality. That the reality is of being a small content creator, especially, is this isn't really all it seems. It seems like, oh man, they have the best life. They play games every day. No, in reality, I'm editing every day. Yeah. Content creators are the best liars, if I'm going to be honest with you. We are the best at lying. I want to tell the truth. I don't like to lie. I personally don't like to lie. Sometimes I have to stretch the truth or hide the truth because I can't tell people what I actually do in my free time. But content creators are the best at lying, and I can tell you why. The reason why is because we basically act for a living. We try to make things entertaining. In a way, we actually act. It is basically Hollywood acting on the internet. We're the best at lying. Seriously. We really are. But, of course, I'm losing train of thought now. Because I got so much things I want to talk about. Because I just have... everything is bottled up inside. And for Savage, I was basically like his counselor. I try to be like a counselor for my friends, because I actually knew how to deal with depression and how to deal with that stuff. Oh, and back to the commenting in the comment section, I lost my train of thought. I do have a Discord. I do have a Discord. It's linked. If you guys want to join and like talk it out with people, because let's be honest, we're all complete strangers, right? The easiest thing to talk to sometimes is a complete stranger. That's why that counseling stuff does actually kind of work. Right? So if you need to just talk to somebody, join the Discord. Maybe there's somebody else that just needs to talk to somebody. Seriously. Because I'm tired of this world just being, men have to bottle it up. Can't say nothing. Just take the crud and shuts up. I'm going to say shuts up, so that way it's not technically a swell. But yeah, I think men need to be men again. I think when you start taking a chunk, stop taking this crud. Because I don't want to see anyone take their life anymore. I don't want to see that. Not when there's probably something that could have been done. Especially. I don't think there's anything more I could have done for him. Because he didn't listen to my advice. I gave him advice on his life and he just didn't listen. But I think he was too full gone to listen. He lost both his parents. I mean, think about that. So, yeah. Can't even imagine that. Yeah, things have not been the greatest. Things have been rough. But I'm doing this so people knows that you're not alone. This past year has been rough for a lot of people. Stuff is expensive. Stuff is really expensive. I know because I make gun content. I see the prices go up. I see the inflation go up. Airsoft stuff goes up. Real stuff goes up. Ammo goes up. Everything's going up. Technology. Electronics. We're all in the gaming space. Right? Look how much stuff has become. Look at the new Switch that's coming out. The new Nintendo Switch. Forget that. That is ridiculous. I'm not a Nintendo player, okay? I play rated M games. I don't really play rated E games, alright? I mean, granted, I do have a Minecraft video, but I've modded it to have guns and hole and things. I'm not a Nintendo guy. I'm not the target market. But that is ridiculous for the prices for that thing is ridiculous. Absolutely not. Prices is insane right now. And for a lot of people, I think finances and cash flow is a big issue. Luckily for me, it's not, but for most people, that's not the case. So, things gotta change. I don't know. Stuff has to change. For mental health and finances, things need to change. Anyways, I think I pretty much said everything I wanted to say, but for the most part, just if you need help, get some help. Don't do what my friend did. He sits on my shelf in a bottle. That's where he is. I gotta deal with that. I gotta live with that. Don't do that to those around you. Because I'm screwed up. And I'll talk more about what happened to him on the channel he was on. He wasn't really on the gaming channel. I'm kind of doing it on the gaming channel because I feel like it can get a little more reach on this one because it's not as niche as Airsoft. And I think people need to see and understand this kind of a thing a little more. Because it needs to be talked about. It needs to be discussed. We need to stop having this YouTube be like, oh, you can't discuss that. Can't discuss this. Can't discuss that. You know, like, it needs to be discussed. Mental health is an issue, especially for guys. This needs to be discussed. This can't be bottled up and hid forever. And corporations I don't like corporations. I really don't. Because, like, I have a regular job. I have a corporate job, basically, outside of this. When I put on my armor and my helmet and the recording turns on, that is me. That is who I am. When I take my helmet and my armor off, that is a mask. That is not who I am. I just be who I need to be for me to fit in with society. On the internet, I don't need to fit in with society. This is more freedom than society would ever give somebody like me. Ever. And I think for a lot of us, we can relate to this. Really. I mean, who really wants to, like, dress in a suit and go to some corporate job and work 9 to 5 and da-da? None of us really want to do that. But we have to. This stuff is so expensive. I just want to make videos, really. But at the same time, I want to be successful. And the reality is, I'm not making money doing this. So I do work a job on the side. And I do play nice and just pretend for the world. Right? And try to fit in and be invisible with society, which makes it hard to, again, have relationships. Because, and friendships. I mean, friendships, not relationships. Sorry. Not even touching that road. But, yeah, it's tricky, really, doing what I do. I do it for a reason. I do this for a reason. I'm making this video for a reason. Because I want it to help somebody. I want you to know you're not alone. I want this to help somebody. To realize that alternate life-changing decisions of just going, I'm done. I'm out of this world. Goodbye. It doesn't work like that. Because everybody else has to deal with your decision. Has to try to fix and figure out what went wrong. My friendship kind of fell apart with him. It did. Oh man, it did. Because of some of the sins he made. I couldn't watch him drown himself. He was drowning. He really was. And after he was gone, I realized really what I lost. So get help. Seriously, get some help. And yeah, I need help too, I'll admit. So I'm kind of doing this so so I can talk about it. Because I need to talk about it. I really need to. Because I'm broken. I'm broken and maybe somebody else is broken too and they need some fixing. They need some help. So help each other. Seriously, I do have a Discord. You need help? You need to help each other? Sometimes talking to a stranger is the easiest thing. If you don't want to talk about anything even kind of public, I get it. But at least get some help, find someone to talk to. I don't want anyone going down this road ever. Ever again. I'm gonna cut it here. Maybe I'll make another video about this later. I will talk about more on the Airsoft channel. All my channels are on the homepage down at the bottom. I will end up going more into what exactly happened to him. I mostly talked about it on here though. I didn't want to dive as deep as I did into it, but again, I feel like that it needs to be said. Comment down below your thoughts, what you're going through if you want to. I do read all of my comments, and I do for the most part comment on all of them. The only reason I don't comment is if I really don't feel like it needs a comment, or it's just something that's just flat out rude. Sometimes I do roast rude comments, though. I do get a kick out of roasting rude comments. Because it's fun to just obliterate people that want to just be rude just for the sake of being rude. But, yeah, I'm gonna cut it here. And I'll see you in the next one.